Today we're taken to the skies with the addition of a regional airport to help promote tourism, increase trade and allow our citizens to travel far and wide. But can our economy cope with the additional cost, and will the boost in tourism and trade help with that? Well, let's find out. If you enjoy my British build, please leave a like on the video and drop a plane emoji in the comments below, and then grab a cup of tea. Sit back and relax as we dive into Kettlewick. So welcome back everybody to Kettlewick. It's been a moment, hasn't it, since we've last been here. We've taken a little detour through some traffic fixes, but we're back. And yeah, I want to expand. So we are going to go all the way up to the end of the city up here, past all of our farms, past our industrial estates, past all the new areas that we've been building over the past few episodes. You can see things are really starting to build up now. It's a bit wet and rainy today, isn't it? Hopefully that will stop soon. But yeah, there's a nice little spot up here where I would like to put in a regional airport. And let's just turn around and have a look how that's going to affect our city. I think we could plop it in right here. Let's just take a look at the size. Here we go. It says airport. I'm going to call it a regional airport because this is the international airport, which is way too big. We don't want that in just yet. This one, I believe, also unlocks. Yeah, it says airport services, a business lounge and a cargo terminal. So we're going to do all of that. It will fit in this little area here if we can unlock these squares. And I'm hoping with the amount of money that we're making at the moment that we can still afford that. And it's going to give us a boost in all the other things that we mentioned. Oh, that was a lightning strike there. So we're going to see how that goes. At the minute, we're making 23,000 plus an hour. It goes up, it goes down, it changes. Our population just seems to like go up and down all the time. It's just part of the way the game works, I think, at the moment. So we're almost as well going to be hitting thriving metropolis, which could give us a nice boost of money to help us to do this, although we do have 11 million tea leaves to spend. But let's grab these here. There we go. So yeah, we can afford that, and 46,000 a month. Yep, that'll be fine. So we're going to have to rework the roadway through here because all of our solar farms that we put in here last episode, by the way, I saw a couple of comments saying at one point I was still importing. We're not importing at all. Everything we make goes out. I think because of the cloud cover and the rain, our exporting is a little bit lower at the moment. If that eases up, we'll see our profits going up. But yeah, we're not exporting at all, which is good. But yeah, our road network here. So we have access to this sort of highway connection that goes through and then joins up to our city with this larger main road that goes through. The industry is mostly here, but we do have access to the industry down here via train. So we could set up some cargo routes for bringing cargo in and out, and of course trade with all the other cities that we know are off the side of the map. That is a possibility as well. I'd like to check out some facts and figures first of all so we can compare it to before and after. So maybe let's just do that first so we have a bit of a milestone that we can look at and compare. First of all, let's take a look at tourism. So if we jump into our city statistics and come all the way down to the bottom here, we can see our tourists. So I'm going to put that over the last 10 years. We get a good view of what's going on. So we've got less than 100 tourists at the moment, although it is starting to spike back up again. So we'll see what happens with that. Income from tourists is sort of flatlined around zero. Okay, well, there we go. So that's going to be an easy one to see whether that will go up at all. At some point, tourists were costing us money. Don't know what happened there. That was a few years ago, so that might have been when a patch came out and changed a few things. I don't know, but let's just have a look. 6 months. Oh, okay, so maybe it's not quite as zero as we thought. Yeah, so they are earning us some money, so that's good. So we've got less than 1 million. I think once we go to 10 years, it just looks like it's hardly anything, doesn't it? Yeah, okay, well, that's a better way of looking at it. In the last year, we're making, I'd say that's about 500,000, and it's dropping down, so we'll see how that goes. Oh, yeah, tourists, so that's the same. Hotel rooms, let's go to 1 year. We've got like, what's that, just below 500, so that's good. Used hotel rooms is just above zero. Okay, so we've got lots of available ones. So let's check out trade. We click on there. So at the minute, if I'm understanding this correctly, we're basically importing all of these items. We're not making enough to export. So it's costing us 25 million, it's 25 billion, it looks like, to import in total all of these different items. I'd like to be able to export some stuff, but our economy works. It's okay. We're importing this, and then I don't know what we're doing with it all to make all the money. But that's the way that I understand that. So a little bit strange. Whether that's going to change or not, I don't know. It might be that with an airport, things are cheaper to get in because they're quicker, and then we see this change. So we'll keep an eye on this overall and see whether that changes at all. Companies, yeah, I'm not interested in that. Okay, so let's start the build here. And as well as sorting out this road network, we're going to have to try and get our train stations hooked up as well. We've got this large hub down here, which has got loads of buses and trains and all that sort of thing going on. We've also got this train connection down here, which again is to some more industry, recreational use, that sort of thing. We've got a train station all the way down here in our secondary city of Cupton Bluff, which sort of connects everybody up. And then I think that's about it. Oh, no, of course. No. We've got our main big train station here as well, which I think this is going to get a lot more use as it goes on. So, yeah, we've got to hook that up too. The train network sort of disappears off up here off the map. So we'll see how we go with that. Oh, that's an autosave. Have a quick sip of tea and then we'll get building. So first of all, let's have a look at our road connection. I don't want to go into anything that's in Florence Junction over here. I'd like to use this connection that's coming up here and build off of that, just because that keeps this traffic separate for our incineration plant, for the vehicle factory, the paper factory, and the fuel plant as well. It does probably mean we're going to do a little bit of upgrading down here. So let's go for a 4-lane road first of all. We can just sort of get that in the middle. That'll be good. That'll be good. We might change where that connects. And then I think we're going to just run that up the side here. Something like this, straight through that field. No, I'll tell you what, we'll keep it next to the field. So if we connect on here, I was hoping that was going to connect in there, but maybe not. Let's try it like this. Well, that didn't do what I wanted it to do. Let's try that again. Ah, there we go. Excellent. So that can come in and out of there. And this, I don't think we're going to connect up to there. Brilliant. We'll sort out the trees on the road in a bit. And then we want to run that road around the back. Yeah, I'm just putting the roads down like that for now, just so I can put this up against it and see what we're working with. I'm going to bring that all the way back to there. If I turn off Anarchy, there we go. Ah, there's some surfaces and stuff. Let's get rid of those. By the way, if you're using the same map, you will need the Better Bulldoze mods, so we can get rid of any extra surfaces like that, which were part of the map's design. We've also got some power cables here as well, which I think we're going to just maneuver those so they're underground. There we go. That'll keep all of that working. And then we should turn Anarchy off, be able to place this down. Yep, that's fine. So let's just put that up to the back there a little bit. Excellent. And those little cones that poke out either side, that's the area that you need free for planes to land into. So you wouldn't want any high-rise flats or buildings or offices or anything like that in the way. At the moment, I'm going to just turn that off because we haven't got, there we go, anything hooked up and working correctly. But I'm liking this. This is looking nice. We're going to add our own decals and stuff as we go along. Do you know what? I think this might be the first time in City Skylines 2 that I've actually not put this down, but put it down to seriously use it. So we're going to see how that goes. Excellent. We're going to add a load of parking out here, all sorts of detailing we can do. So let's maybe just sort out this road network here. Okay, I think that's going to work okay up there. This is going to get super busy, so we are going to add a medium-sized roundabout on there. I'm not sure I want that connecting up right by here, although it isn't too busy. But I'll tell you what we are going to remove is the traffic lights. There we go. We'll get rid of those, and we'll see how that goes. We might move that junction. Do you know what? I think we are going to move that junction. Let's have a look. Yeah, we're going to move it up here now, just in anticipation of how busy it's all going to be. If I use an asymmetrical 3-lane, there we go. We can go into there. We can delete that one. That can get in and out a lot quicker. And then I think, again, we're just going to add another roundabout. Let's go for a slightly different one. There we go. Excellent. So lots of ways in and out, and this road can be used for later expansion as well. So let's have a little think about the train network then. So that is coming all the way up here and going outside the city. That is the only train line that we've got that we need to connect to. It does come over here. So I'm wondering whether we could do a little cheeky connection through here. I don't want to buy any more squares. Let's see what we could connect it up to. So I think a train station the other side. We've got plenty of space here. What could fit? Okay, I think we're going to go with the EE train station. It's small enough and it looks rather nice as well. I quite like the look of that. So that can fit into here. I'm just thinking about changing sort of the layup of the road here, just to make it easier for people coming in and out of our airport to get over there, and just to give us a little bit of space. So I think what we're going to do is just grab some one-way roads that maybe sort of changed a little bit later in their direction and whatnot. We're going to do that. Then we're going to fit that in there. What is actually overlapping? Oh man, it's like, what? Why is there stairs in midair coming out the back of this thing? What the heck? We might just need to ignore those, but that might just do okay. We budge that over a little bit. I think that will be fine. Oh, I see. You move it back and there is like a path there. I think we'll need a bit more space. I'm just going to put it opposite there, and then we've got a nice slope out the back. We can connect up some things out there. That'll be good. I'm also going to just grab like all of this and just Control H it all to the same height. There we go. Because this road was getting a little bit bouncy. Yeah, I think that's okay. I'll sort out the land in a bit. Yeah, that'll work a lot better. All right, we'll work on this as we go along, and we've got to get some parking in there next. So maybe let's just have a look at connecting up this rail line first. So I'm thinking maybe we're just going to remove all of these trees. So we'll go into tree brush, we'll turn off that, and then if I right click, yeah, that's going to remove everything that's in there. I think these are part of the asset, so we'll leave those. Let's get all the ones off the road. We'll do that. There we go. So that gives us a bit of space there. All those lumpy bumpies in the ground were the underground power lines, so we flattened those out. So this line is going to have to get from there to here. So we could sneak it through here, and it probably is going to have to be a crossing. Come up the side. I mean, you know me, I like to keep things above ground. It just makes it interesting. I just like it. I just like it. All right, let's just see what we can do. Let's grab this one. I hate it when it does that. You think it's going to go back to using the tool like this again, and it doesn't, and it half places the item. But anyway, there we go. So we're going to do that. I think we're going to go with something like that. Yes, it's added crossings in various places. It makes it more difficult. I think I'm going to make that more of a sweeping turn there. But yeah, this one. Yes, this one doesn't quite work. Let's just see whether we can manipulate this a little bit with move it and get it to work. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to. All right, let's just redo this one. Okay, there we go. I don't think that's too bad. We've got a crossing there, which is right by a roundabout, but it's not that busy, to be honest. This one was by a roundabout that was far too busy, so I changed that road connection to over here. Don't worry, I noticed the Tree-on-the-Wold. There we go, it's gone. Yep, so it crosses over there. A bit of a slow curve through here, but you'd expect that. It's all a built-up area, and then it gets onto our network and can head off into Kettlewick. So that is a good connection for all of our lovely people. Ooh, autosave going on. Where are we? I've completely lost where we are. Here we go. We're up here. Yes, that's good. So what other options do we have to upgrade this, if any? None. Okay, that's fine. And we have some options to upgrade this. So we have 20,000 a month, 5% attractiveness citywide, a business lounge. And that just adds a building on the side there. We'll leave that one for now. Cargo terminal is the other thing I want to add on. So that's over here. What does that actually say? Storage space for cargo and the integrated rail tracks and the truck terminal. What? Oh, man, it's going to add a rail track over there for cargo, of course. Oh, well, that's fine. That's going to be hard to get that out the back there. We might have to use a bit of... Ooh, yeah, we're going to do that, which is going to bump us up, give us more money and all the rest of it. Yes, we're having that one. Airport services... Comfort plus 30. So does that actually add... Let's go back to this one. I can't see that it adds anything that we can see, but we'll go with that. Right, so now we have the cargo connection out the back here, which we also want to get into our rail network. I feel like a little bypass here, and if we can curve that round somehow without buying any other squares, that will be great. Let's see what we can do. Right, okay, I know this is a very tight turn. It's going to be a slow turn coming in and out. If ever we expand over this way... Oh, man, we've got a bit of flooding going on. It's all the rain. If ever we expand over this way, we can make that less of a sharp turn. I did think about coming around the back, but we're going to go with that. It does still give us some room over here for these paths. Haven't forgotten about them. And then that hooks up nicely to the rest of our rail network. Excellent. Very good, very good. And once it's on that lane there, yeah, then this gives it options to go either out of the city or into the city with the cargo. Excellent. So before we dive into a detailing time lapse and all that good stuff, I just want to sort of take a look around the city. We've got a few little errors and things popping up, which I want to address. Down here, we've got some issues with some ground pollution. No, that'll be this one here, which is slowly going down. This one's going to disappear soon. This one's just taken ages. That's due to the factories that used to be there, which now got moved up here. So that will get sorted out soon. This problem down here, there are quite a few comments about it. Now, if you've got a park or such that's placed up against pedestrian roads, yeah, the police will never get to it, even though they can drive on it. There's a bit of a bug. The entrance to this, I believe, is this side here. So I'm going to pick a pick of that road there. Well, that didn't work. Let's try it again. Alley, there we go. And I'm just going to upgrade that at the beginning so it's an alley, and then we've still got pedestrians around the rest of it. Pedestrian walking roads, whatever they're called. So hopefully we can see here, look, these are trouble getting the police over to these houses. So that should solve that problem there. This is actually off of a car park. That should be okay. We'll see what happens with that one. That might have only just happened. Oh, another autosave. We'll come back to that error in a minute. There was another problem with a police car somewhere. Here we go. All the way down here in Refreshers Park. And I think... now this is the entrance here, and that's just a normal lane. Okay, that's fine. That might just sort itself out. Down, dear. What's going on? Oh my goodness me. All sorts of stuff going on down here. I think we've got the helicopters coming in. Oh, that's really helpful. Everyone stood around trying to swap phone numbers and... oh my goodness me, that was even closer down there. Oh, just imagine all swapping phone numbers, insurance details, and then suddenly they get dumped on. Brilliant. I absolutely love it. That's great. The police car is in here somewhere, I think. Sort it all out. Oh, it's a taxi. Everyone's turning around. Oh, that's brilliant. Okay, well, that'll get sorted out in no time at all. What were some of the other errors that we had? Yeah, this is one over here again. Yeah, look, it's on a pedestrian road. So that's never going to get sorted. So I think we might just upgrade that as well to an alley. There we go. So that will get fixed, no problem. Do you know what? I might just even change that to an alley with parking. Oh, let's upgrade that. If we do this, yeah, that's fine. And then on the not with this one, then on that side, if we add, I know one of these works and one of them doesn't. No, it's not that I want. What do I want? Add grass. Add what? It's not letting me do anything. I thought I could get rid of that on that side, but I don't want to do it like that. All right, well, we've got tons of parking for that park, and that will help all the shops and things around there. Okay, good. So then the other issue, let's just check in how it's going. I think the police cars are going to struggle to get down here. That might be a bit of a wait. And then the other problems that we've got at the moment are these high resource costs. Well, I have been sort of manipulating our taxation on a few things. Some of them are set a little bit higher. So what we could do is check what is it that they're struggling for. Petrochemicals. Well, that is something we're bringing in from outside the city. We are not making any of those at all. So we're going to industrial, I think is the one we want to look at. Yeah. So at the minute, that is all coming in from outside. So that is going to be quite expensive. I'm hoping that with the changes we're making, that's going to help. What are these people here concerned about? Pharmaceuticals. And what about this one? Pharmaceuticals again. Okay, there was a couple more. Let's have a look. Furniture, and that's probably beverages. Yes. So those ones I did have set super high. Wherever they are. I had them set super high, but I've been sort of bringing the prices down and we're still making money. So yeah, that'll probably go away very soon. And the last one I wanted to check was this business here, and it's petrochemicals again. Okay, so that'll be interesting to see how our changes affect that as it moves on. So I feel like we're going to do a bit of a detailing time lapse. So let's get stuck in. Right, so we've got a little bit of manufacturing down here. I had a weird bug. You probably noticed it while I was placing some of the decals at the beginning. It's happened again. All the, like, the roof and different parts of the buildings have all disappeared. But if I put the decals down again, they come back. So I'm probably going to play around with that and see what's going on. I don't know, but like a little custom area down here, maybe that's like fuel storage or something like that. We've got plenty of parking here now. There is parking built in too, but I wanted to put some external parking. They'd have to walk across. We've got crossings, nice little park, access to the train station. We've got a pedestrian road, like an EU road builder road, so we've got connections to the back of the station. We've got our bridge, which I did lift up in the end. Yeah, and all of that sort of nice thing is all set up. Over here we do have these couple of little inns or hotels. This is the sort of thing you would see in the UK as well. And then I realised we're right here by the incineration plant, so we might move things around a little bit. I'm just going to go with that for now, because what I want to do is just connect all of this up and get everything running. So why don't we start with our train line first of all? Let's get this on. So this is just our standard passenger rail getting people in and out, which isn't going to be that one there. It's going to be this one here. Passenger rail tool. There we go. So let's take this one. And what I'm thinking here is, let's take one. Oh, that was an autosave. Whoop, where are we? Here we go. Let's take one and bring it all the way through into here. And this is going to be our main line. Let's use one of these. And that is going to cut through. And I'm thinking, where could we take that to next? Because this side doesn't connect to this side, does it? And that is where we want to go through if we're going to go all the way through the city. Yeah, let me just change that. Let's right click and remove that. Let's use, I mean, all these platforms are in use, but we'll just take it as it comes. I might move this one over here, but anyway, so that can come all the way through. That can stop over here, which is good as well. So we'll go up on the left, then we'll come around this way, and that's going to come into this main hub here. Again, up on the left, and then do I want to take it all the way down? Yeah, we're going to go everywhere. We're going to, oh look, there's nothing going into this one. Oh yes, there is. It's a colour of brown that you can't see. And then we're going to come all the way down to Cupton Bluff, which is here. And then we're not going to go out the city. We're going to go all the way back again. Yeah, I might do some switching around here. This is only a single line, so things are going to get in the way. So I'm actually going to bring it into this one, and then that's going to come out here and come through here and come through here and come through here all the way. And of course, that's going to finish on the same line, isn't it? Complete route. I want it to go there and then here. We can't do that, can we? Okay, complete route. There we go. Excellent. So let us just name that so we know what we're doing here. Let's find that route. Here we go, train line. So this is going to have to be train 9, I would imagine. Yeah, there we go. Excellent. So we're going to call that airport line for now. That will do. And then let's just see what we're being put on here. So 3 trains at the moment. Is that going up? 4 trains. Why not? Let's leave it on 4 trains and see how that goes. So with the cargo section that we've got, this is basically going to be bringing in cargo from outside the city because we don't have any internal other cargo train lines. Although I'm just thinking whether, or train stations, I should say. I mean, this is the industry right here. We do have the other industry all the way down here. That's not too bad. So I think, yeah, we'll just use that for bringing in cargo from the outside as well. So what we might just do is just pick a couple of these and go, there we go. We're going to go that one to Town Power and back again. And then we'll have this one go, let's just go down the other end. There we go, Gillingham and back again. So we'll add those 2 cargo routes in. Excellent. Then let's add our air routes in and out. So we've got... this should be cargo air route, shouldn't it? Yeah, so let's use the right one, cargo. I think we can use any of these, but I'm going to stick to these to cargo, these to passenger. So let's have a look around. Where is the outside? So we can go up to Boim. Is that Bolum or Boim? I can't quite see what it is. If we go there, I don't want to overload this thing. So I'm thinking we'll have that one there and then this one. So what other options do we have? We have Brecon and we have, yeah, let's go all the way to the other side of the map. That one's going to go there. And then for our passengers, I mean, we can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different routes. So again, I'm thinking we might just sort of spread these out a bit. Let's have a look. So we've got Centre Hill. You can complete that for me. That'll be good. We've got this one, which, so we've already used Brecon. Let's spread things around a bit. Let's go to Pinon. There we go. And I think we might just leave it at that, unless there's one other that we haven't used. No. Look at that. Looks like a spidery legged thing. I've no idea. Okay. Then we need to turn this thing on, don't we? Because we've got it out of service at the moment. So let's do that. 20,000 a month. I mean, I don't know why we can't just afford to do that. And then if we need to take it off afterwards, we'll do that. Excellent. So now it is just a matter of watching the skies, waiting for our trains to... Oh, no, everybody's so happy down there. Waiting for our trains, did I say? Well, trains and planes as well to come into the city. Oh, put on the brakes. We don't have enough vehicles for our train setup here. Where is the depot? The depot is all the way down over here. What do we got in here? 6 out of 6 at the minute, and that is the max. Okay, we need to squeeze in another depot, and we can do that with Tygon's rail pack. And I'm wondering whether we could sort of slip it in here somewhere. If there's one that's small enough, let's have a look. Train. So we just scroll down here. I think we've got some smaller depots. Small train garage depot, 6 vehicles. How big's that? Oh, that's a bit too big. That's not going to fit in there. Do we have anything smaller? Nope. These are stations. Cargo train terminal. No. Darn it. Okay. Can we fit this in somewhere? Can we fit it in here? Oh, now this could be good. Could we do that and connect it up? Oh, that's like right at the end of the runway. That is a terrible idea. Hang on, let's have a look around, see what we can find. Okay, I think over here works better because the line is literally there. The way this is set up, it's going to face the wrong way first of all. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it down there. Then we're going to grab some roads. Then we're going to switcheroo this thing around. Can you snap for me? Thank you kindly. We'll just bring that straight up there. And then let's turn off that one so we can get in the center. That's going to go there. Excellent. And then we're going to switch this around. Relocate. So we'll do that. I know we've got all these ones out the back here, but we'll worry about that a bit later. And then what we can do is grab this double rail, and that should just go straight into there. That is absolutely flipping perfect. There. Oh, no, it's not. It's like not connected up at all. What? What's going on? Is it because of this surface underneath? Hang on. Let me just move this around a sec. Yay, there we go. All hooked up and working. And then what we want to make sure that we're going to do is give them a way of getting around to here as well, which is going to be a very slow turn. I'm hoping that is all going to connect up. It is. Excellent. So that gives us another load coming out of there. So this should be okay now. 1 and 2. No, you're not going to... Yeah, 2. There we go. Excellent. Right. I'm back on Skywatch. See what we can see coming in from outside the city. I missed it. It just arrived. Here we go. Let's keep an eye on this one. Is that taking off or landing? It just came in. Excellent. I don't think it's going to have any passengers there at the moment. No, it's off again. And there it goes. Excellent. Of course, we can change the colours of all the planes, which is good. So we might get around to doing that. There's also, let's just go back, some decals that we can use and different things, different looking planes. But for now, we're just going to go with the basics that we've got. I might just switch up the colours. Oh, we've got trains coming in as well. Oh my goodness me. It's suddenly got super busy. We need to look at the cargo lines, don't we, and see how many trains have been put on each of those, because they're going to be waiting there for a long time. I'm just watching what's going on. So cargo... train line, so that's these two, isn't it? Let's just switch up the colors a little bit so we can... There we go, we'll go with that. So 2 and 3, let's just make it 2 and 2 for now. It'll give us a little bit spare. There we go, that's fine. That'll keep them busy. Oh, I also wanted to add a little roundabout at the end here, and I forgot, didn't I? Just for helping. There we go, all the vehicles that we've got coming in and out turning round. I'm going to remove some traffic lights from along here. We just don't need them. I've already done all the way down here. Overall, things are working, which is good. Let's just have a look in here. Vehicles are coming and going. I know that this was going to get busy, but hopefully not too busy and it'll be okay. No trains coming in and out of here yet. Just want to check that they're not sort of clogging up anything anywhere. Don't think so. Oh, yeah, this here is like a in and out of this junction here. It's got train lines crossing in 2 places. I mean, and then the bus is in the way. We could dip the road underneath. We could put it up over the top. We'll see how it goes. I love seeing all the interaction. I love just watching that. So we'll see if that just works. If it just works, then we'll leave it. And then where we go? We're going over here. Yeah, nothing's clogged up. It's all moving and keeping busy. So yeah, let's keep an eye on our airport. Okay, well, this little complex is working very well. Everything's running smoothly. Let's get some facts and figures about it. So we actually click on here. We get a lot of information in here that we can dissect. Okay, so of course we've got the bonuses that are mentioned at the top, which are both citywide. So extra attractiveness, which will bring in more tourism, hopefully we shall see, and an extra efficiency to offices. We're doing no parking fee, so don't worry about that. This is all the upkeep. So 473,200 tea leaves a month. Efficiency is great. Employees, it's full. Comfort 81, that's good. They're storing a lot of goods here, which is very interesting. So I'm not going to read them all out, but we can see the ones that we're storing here. Some of those are going to be coming in. Some of those are going to be going out. We've also got some mail in here as well. So really pleased about that. Vehicles in use. So I think that's vehicles in use. Is that just planes? Because there's planes coming and going, but I think that's from the outside. So rather than an internal plane, so we're not sending anybody out, but planes from external ones are coming in. I think that's what it means. Maybe that will change over time. We will have a look. What's this? Infoloom company. Buying from transport cost. I don't know what that means. I haven't seen that before. Transform tool, I know what that is. We don't want to touch it. Okay, so that's what's happening there at the moment, but definitely the storage and the moving of the industrial items is super busy, as you can see. I just manipulated this node so they weren't driving over the grass. So far it seems to be okay, so I'm going to let this run for a bit and then we're going to see how it's affecting the rest of the city as well. Right, everything's humming along nicely. Let's maybe take a look at some of the stats. I'm also looking over in the distance, seeing a lot of high resource costs. They've been popping up and disappearing and coming back. It's a weird thing that's going on with the city at the moment. We're making money. I mean, a minute ago, this was up to over 130,000 an hour, so I'm not worried about that. My tax rate isn't too high. I mean, even these ones that are up at like 20%. If you could open, please, that would be great. I've been sort of putting these up and down and, you know, maybe putting them down to 12%. Is that the only one that's at 20%? Yeah, there we go. So I don't really need that. This one I've kept high because it's okay. Some of these are just on 0, whatever I do. But yeah, it is what it is. Oh, we're losing money now. Excellent. Shouldn't have changed anything. But if we have a look at the stats screen and just see how that has look at that, how that has done for us. The first one was tourists, wasn't it? So what did we have before? Less than 100 tourists. Now I mean, it's just gone back down again. We did for a minute there have 250, 280, something like that. So that's fluctuating up and down, but overall, I would say that's a bit of a growth. Income from tourists. Now that has gone right up because before, let me find out. Yeah, before it was about 500,000. Now we're up to here. So we're just topping out at just below 2 million, which is brilliant. Hotel rooms are starting to go up. Look at that. It was all flatlined before. Now people are starting to use our hotel rooms, which is fantastic. And then this trade screen here, nobody understands it. I've asked a load of people on the modding Discord. I've asked people in my own Discord. It just looks to me like we're importing everything, which can't be the case because we do have manufacturing around the place. We've got a load here. I just put a load more by the airport. We've got some down here. We're making all of these items. You know, I am making things. I am manufacturing things. So I don't know why that chart looks like that. That is very weird. There is also one other chart we could look at, which might, this one here, the business one. So, sorry, the companies one. So if we go into here and turn on all the companies, boom, 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 and this one here as well. So they are, I mean, this is one of the things that just winds you up about City Skylines. I mean, what is this number down the side? It doesn't actually tell us what it is. We're in the business section and there's numbers. So all of the businesses are getting up collectively to nearly 800 somethings. Who knows what over the past 6 months? Whether that's manufacturing, whether that's making money, I really don't know. But we are making money. Look, we're making money here. I've been dropping my taxes down on a variety of things because we're making so much money. So this has helped with the overall money making in the city, which is good. As to the stats and the graphs, your guess is as good as mine. So even though the city stats are a mystery wrapped in a riddle, the addition of a regional airport for cargo and passengers has boosted our city even higher, increasing our bank balance by a very healthy sum, thank you very much, and encouraging even more tourists to visit these beautiful landscapes. If you enjoyed today's build, a thumbs up on the video would be very much appreciated, and a massive thank you to all the patrons. You can see their names scrolling up the screen. A special thank you to 3 new patrons that joined this week. We have Wasingver, Patrick Dragastam and Stephen Floyd. Thank you so much for joining. There's a link below. You can join up for free just to see what's going on, and then if you want you can boost it higher, enjoy the new series like Timberborn that's going on at the moment. So I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all very soon for some more Kettlewick.